pleasure to be here. We are looking forward to this opportunity, this time to spend with you. We have got an amazing, incredible opportunity at Lifeway that is like no other in the world. And so what I'm here to talk with you tonight a little bit is to give you vision. And I want to give you vision because each of you are a business owner, and we are talking about vision and innovation and purpose. Because this is another currency of life, right? This is what we're here to do. So tonight, what I want to do is share with you a little bit behind the scenes at LifeWave and what's happening, how that translates to each and every one of you in this room, and beyond to your team members that might be watching virtually, or you might be reaching out to them later to talk about what you learned tonight. And the reality of it is that when you look at the vision and innovation and purpose, which is what Lifeway really represents to all of us, it is about hope. It is about seeing the light, about being the light, about sharing the light. Sina Run. Today. That was shaking. So, it is a dark world that we live in. It is a dark world that we live in. Do you know that right now, around the world, every month, over 20,000 human beings die in conflict? Over 20,000 human beings around the world every month die in some kind of conflict. Unnecessary conflict. Why? Because the world is filled with hate and anger, fighting over things that just don't matter, rage. And now there are all of these incubators, there are all of these echo chambers that people get on social media where they're listening to negativity and they're listening to despair and they're listening to all these people that just whip them up into a frenzy of anger and resentment and hate. This is the world that is all around us. But we have an opportunity at LifeWave. We have an opportunity in direct selling to be something entirely different. And when we talk about, I know it's a very heavy subject, but it's real. And it's close to home all the time. And the United States is a mess. The United States is up 15% year over year in hate crime. This is a serious business that we're in. And we, in direct selling, we at Lifeway, we as a community have an obligation and a responsibility to shine light in the world. And it is serious business because people out there are just looking to know that their life matters. And direct selling, I am a direct selling professional. I have been in direct selling all of my career, over 30 years. I love direct selling. I live and die for direct selling. The reason that I love direct selling is because of the opportunity that it affords ordinary people to have an extraordinary life. In direct selling, we don't look at how long did you go to school. We don't look at the color of your skin. We don't look at your socioeconomic background. We don't look at how many years you went to college or if you graduated high school. It doesn't matter in direct selling. Direct selling is the one opportunity that you have in the world where everybody matters, where every life matters, where every person matters, and where every story matters. And when I have an opportunity to come to places like this, and I have people come up on stage, we just heard a story from someone that you may know, may not know, named Lily, and she got up and told her story. My heart, I was just weeping, but not with sadness, with joy, because of what she's been able to find to change her life here, in direct selling, in Lifeway. So when I talk to you about what matters, from our point of view, It is giving you an opportunity of hope. And I love Dr. Edwards' presentation. He just seems to get better and better every time I hear him talk. And we heard from his heart tonight. Because this is the business. I can stand up here and talk numbers. I can share statistics. I can give you all those things. But at the end of the day, what really matters? One life being changed. One person who gets to realize their dreams. That is it. And so again, going back to everybody in this room, and as we tour around the world, whether I'm in Europe or whether I'm in Latin America, or whether I'm here in my second home away from home, Asia. Because I feel very comfortable here. And now that I've had this amazing dinner I just had, I know I have to have it every time I eat now. But the reality of it is coming back again, why are we here? So those of you in this room, you may invest an hour a day in LifeWave. It doesn't matter. You may invest 10 hours a day in LifeWave. It doesn't matter. What matters most is that your belief is grounded fundamentally in the principle that every life matters and every human being should have an opportunity to a better way of living. They should have a better way of living, that they can live better in the area of wellness because we have life technology. We can live better because there's an opportunity to where they're not just trading time for money, and there's an opportunity to be a part of a community like this of like-minded people who love life and love people and want to be a part of changing lives for good. We are the light at LifeWave. You are the light. So, in thinking about what I want to talk about tonight, what I want to share with you, is what do the next 20 years look like at LifeWave? Because as Dr. Edwards said, we just celebrated our 21st birthday on the 10th of November. But we intend to be here for 20 years from now and 20 years from then. You talk about a generational business and what that means. This is a long-term value proposition. A long-term value proposition. So I have in my past taken a company, I was a president of another company. We took it public on the Toronto Stock Exchange in Canada. And we did IPO roadshow. Some of you may know what that is, but when you want to take your companies public on the stock exchange, you go on IPO roadshow. IPO roadshow, you raise money. We raised $100 million in less than 10 days on IPO roadshow, which is a significant amount of money. And basically we gave presentation after presentation after presentation after presentation, trying to get people to invest in our company, which they did, and which it was a very successful IPO roadshow. I'm here on a form of an IPO roadshow. I am asking you to invest. I am asking you tonight to invest. But I'm not going to ask you to dig down into your wallet and write a check or bring out your credit card. It's not what I'm going to ask you to do. I am going to ask you to consider respectfully investing in LifeWave yourself. Because money is money. Money can't buy time, as you just heard. Can't buy time, can't. Money can only buy a certain kind of influence. The reality is the most valuable currency is you. It is your time, your talents, and your, which many of you heard me say before, your treasure, which is your influence. Your relationships and your influence. That's what I'm trying to inspire you to do tonight, is invest in that. The currency of you. So when I show you these lists up here, and I say, okay, what are you investing in? You're investing in lives. People, human beings. When you give your time and your talents and your treasure to another person, you are investing yourselves in them. And if they can turn their life around because of you, is there anything greater in this world that exists than helping other people to have a better life? Is there? Is there? No? Yes? No? 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 Say this. Say no, Meredith.
No.
There's nothing better. Thank you. Because when you take a look at these investments of yourself that we're asking for to help people transfer their lives over to another way of thinking, another paradigm shift of reality, this is what we're here to do, is to transform lives. We are here to create inspiring stories. And one of them I hope is yours, and yours, and yours. That you can get up here someday and tell your story about where you were, when you met LifeWave, and where you are today. And what if, love the what ifs, and what if that can be something unimaginable that you haven't even dared to dream? What if LifeWave could be the opportunity for you to improve your wellness? Physical wellness, financial wellness, spiritual wellness, wellness. We are here to create inspiring stories. We are here to celebrate humanity, the good part of humanity, because there is goodness in this world too. And while hate may be a very powerful, horrible thing, love is stronger. Love is stronger. Joy is stronger. Kindness is stronger. Tolerance is stronger. It's stronger. But only if we're willing to shine that light. Only if we're willing to invest in being the light. And then finally, as we look at making the world better, what does that really mean? David Schmidt is taking and investing in LifeWave. All of his mind, his brain power, his resources are going into this so that we can make the world better, independent, free. You take a look at what's happening, and we are sick. And we are, unfortunately, in a system that you get sick, you get medicine, you take pharma, you do this, you do all these things, and we become in a trap. And where we're going with David Schmidt's vision is about being free. It is about freedom on so many ridiculous levels. Each of you in this room right now are business owners. You're a business owner. You are entrepreneurs. You are in business for yourself. And how we at corporate approach business is different, but we do have power. You have power. Because you have your own independent business. You have your own organization. I am not the boss of you. Dr. Edward is not the boss of you. Mr. Howe is not the boss of you. Okay? You are the boss of you. Now your upline might sometimes feel like the boss of you. They might even act like they're not the boss of you. You're independent contractors to do independent things. And so as we take a look at our future for the next 20 years, what does that look like at LifeWave? But more importantly, friends, what does it look like for you? What do you have going on in your world? What do you want to be doing 20 years from now? What do you want your reality to look like in the next 20 years? David Schmidt is a leader that we can all follow. People ask me all the time, why LifeWave? Why is it different? Why is it special? It's special because of David Schmidt, frankly. Because whether you're talking to myself, a 35-year direct selling veteran, or other people in this room, or whether you're talking to Gen Z, the number one thing that people love, look for, and really want to hear about in direct selling are founder-led companies. Founder-led companies. Why? Think about it for a minute. Why do you think it's so important who your founder is in direct selling? It is important because they shape the future. And if you have somebody who is here just trying to build up a book of business so that they can flip it in 5 years, the standard direct selling company is a 5-year business model. It's called churn and burn, and I don't know how that translates, but it's a churn and burn model. It's a 5-year churn and burn model, which means this. You start a direct selling company, you come in for 2.5 years, and you peak, and then you start to go down. Everybody who came on that ground floor opportunity, Wow, I've got a ground floor opportunity. Have you ever heard anybody say that? Okay. It's great if you come in on the ground floor opportunity the first 2.5 years, and then you hit the plateau, and then you go down. So the people in the first 2.5 years, sometimes you can make money. In the second 2.5 years, you make nothing, you lose money. This is the churn and burn model. Then the owners take the money, they suck it out, and they put it in their pocket, and then they go do something else. This is what we know. 1,000 direct selling companies launch every year in the world. 1,000 direct selling companies launch every year in the world. 70% of them are gone within 2 years. You have got a person here with David Schmidt that is intentionally building a legacy for decades and generations. So when I'm standing here and I'm talking to you about investing your time and your talent and your treasure, which is your influence, there is a long-term vision ahead. It is why founder-led companies in direct selling are the most popular, and they're what all your Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z, according to every research study that I've said, the number one thing they want to know is it a founder-led company? And LifeWave is a founder-led company. I have a stand-up call with David Schmidt every Tuesday morning, and we talk for an hour about whatever we need to talk about. This man is engaged in our business. He cares about you all the time. When I talk to him about projects that we make, he says, how will this impact our brand partners? How are our brand partners going to feel about this? What is going to be the perception of the brand partners? He has you on his mind all the time, and it's a beautiful thing. So founder and chairman David Schmidt is a reason. The corporate management that we attract more and more every day, Dr. Edward talked about it just on that one slide, over 100 years in combined direct selling experience. That was one slide. You take the 600 staff members that we have worldwide now, 600 people, you add that up, you're talking about centuries and thousands of years worth of experience now. Because we're looking for leaders that love direct selling, that are passionate about direct selling, that intend to be a part of direct selling. We are not ashamed of being a direct sales company. We are proud of it, because in the years that come, when humanity gets pushed to the side and AI replaces people's jobs, and everything starts taking place and everything starts moving to technology, and we become digitized, direct selling will be the one place 20, 30, 50, 100 years from now where humanity will rule supreme. We will reign because relationships matter, because every person matters, because every story matters, every life matters in the world that we're in our ecosystem. And it is a beautiful thing. And there's nothing of a higher value than what we do. We have the most diverse field leadership. People ask me all the time. I'm asked to speak at direct selling conferences because, of course, everybody's looking at LifeWave, the darling of the industry, the fastest growing in the world 2 years in a row. Okay, who are we exactly and why are we special? The leadership that we have out there, the leaders in these front rows, your leaders, they are so diverse in their talents. You can listen to them talk on stage and they are so different. And we celebrate that. Nobody wants you to be anything in this room than yourself. We don't want you to be your leader. We want you to maybe duplicate some of their great habits that got them to where they are, because success leaves clues. We want you to be yourself and celebrate your humanity and your individuality. That's what we're here to do. We have proven suppliers around the world. We are amassing people right now and connecting with people that are the best of the best, and not in direct selling. When you take a look at the people that we just look to do our new .com next year, lifewave.com, a complete overhaul of our entire digital system, a complete overhaul of user experience that we're going to be working on, that we launch in January. We'll be working for the next 2 years to give you the best experience available, not in direct selling, in commerce. I am not looking for us as your president to try to be the best direct selling company in direct sales in the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations. I'm not looking for that. I want you to be able to have an experience at LifeWave. My vision is that your experience will stand up to any digital commerce platform you could go to shop on, you could go to learn on, it doesn't matter. We need to be the best of the best in business. In business. Not just direct selling. Because sometimes in direct selling, the bar might not be that high. But we have high integrity global partnerships. We just put together a whole new quality system of direct selling in our offices at Global HQ in Utah. And one of the quality pieces is in there is the research that goes into each and every one of our partners. No matter what that partnership is. It doesn't even matter if it's who comes and waters the plants. Everybody has to go through a quality system and a quality check right now to make sure that all of our partners on every single level are the best, because again, we're building a legacy here. And it is not just talk. It is real. It is why I'm here. I know it's why Dr. Edwards here. It's why we are here, because we love direct selling. We love entrepreneurs. And anything less would be unworthy of you as investors. It would be absolutely unworthy. So in moving forward, listening to what I'm saying here, everything rises and falls on leadership in direct selling. It's all about leadership. Everything that we do rises and falls on leadership. Because if it landed and if it rose and fell on marketing, it would be Coca-Cola. If it rose and fell on customer experience, it would be Starbucks, which is a great brand, no criticism. But it's not direct selling. Everything here rises and falls on leadership. So I put these on this slide because it isn't just about what we do at corporate. It's what you should be doing right now in your organizations. And I'm not here, again, I'm not the boss of you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But what I am here to tell you is that the leaders that right now you are attracting, they matter to your organization. They matter to your organization. And so what I would ask you is, are you clear and forward thinking? There's a very tricky question that gets asked in seminars. I've heard it before. There's Tony Robbins, other big trainers, big corporate trainers, big global trainers. And one of the things that they will ask you in leadership is they will say, if your organization reflected you in your work ethic, in the time that you invest, in your creativity, in your attitude, if everybody in your organization was you, what kind of organization would it look like? I have a feeling, Miss Sparkly here, that we could say it'd probably be a pretty happy day. It would probably be a pretty happy day. But we can't all necessarily answer that, right? It's the only person that can answer that question right now is you. Do you feel that you are clear and forward thinking in your mind? We just had a major change with compensation. It's a major change. And some people that have been here for a while might say it's a lot of change. And maybe even you're having to take a step back on that change. But can I tell you something, friends? Here is the reality. When you look at what one of the intentions of this change was, as Dr. Edward alluded to, it hasn't changed in decades. Why? Because the beginning people, those lives that matter, those stories that we want to tell that are coming in, they weren't making money. They weren't making enough money to get them to stay. It's why our retention numbers were low. It's why that hamster wheel of acquisition needed to spin, and why you might not have been getting traction in your business, because people weren't sticking around because there was not enough money in the front of the plan. That was part of our clear forward thinking as we met with the leaders, as I came on board going on 3 years now. It was the clear vision that not enough money is in the front of this plan. So we weren't looking to take money out of the plan. We were looking to de-emphasize and re-emphasize the importance of that newest person making money fast, and not just a one-time PIP. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legitimate money. Last week was the first week of Compensation 2.0. We had a target that we wanted to hit with people that had never gotten a check before, earning a check. In week 1, our target was to hit 60% people earning a check at LifeWave. After week 1, do you know what our number we hit was? Anybody want to guess? Anybody? 67%. 67% last week, more people earned a check at LifeWave that didn't earn a check before. Do you know how many human beings that translates to? Over 10,000. Over 10,000 people at LifeWave last week earned a check. Now, was it a big check? Was it life-changing? I don't know. Would $500 a week be life-changing income for some people? Yes. Would $100 a week be life-changing for somebody that could all of a sudden pay a bill? All of a sudden buy organic groceries? Maybe be able to get a new car, reliable transportation for their families. Or maybe just be able to buy something special for someone in their family. Over 10,000 human beings whose lives matter, whose stories matter, who matter more than anything, got money last week. Because we were clear and forward thinking enough that knowing we could not be stuck in the past on, hey, that's the way we've always done it, but we need to look ahead. We need to be innovative in problem solving, all of us, whether it's me working on a compensation plan design, or technology, or now as we shift over to the new experience, the user experience and digitization, or you sitting there thinking about your business and maybe it's stalled, maybe you're a little stuck. Are you being innovative and problem solving about how you are going to get to that next rank? That was a very good question asked a little bit ago. How many of you want to be to that next 1 star? How many of you want to advance in that? How many of you even know what we're talking about? Really? Because here, the abundant energy and passion that you pour into your business is going to pay you dividends as investors. It will pay you dividends when you invest that abundant energy. And when you bring high optimism, that positive mindset, because people are attracted to light. People are attracted to positivity. And the brighter that you shine, and the brighter that you can share that light, the darkness will recede from you. It is the law of nature. The law of nature is that darkness must recede in the presence of light. It is a fact. It is a scientific fact. So when we talk about life, and we talk about light, and a light-infused life, these are the results. And that collaboration that you have with other leaders to get you there. This is what it's all about at LifeWave. So, there's so much to talk about at LifeWave. But I think that when you think about our business and what we're here to do, LifeWave's success is grounded in persistent innovation. Innovation, innovation, innovation. And people talk about it all the time. They say, oh, we're an innovation company. Are you really? Because innovation is not just about technology. Innovation is simply a matter of thinking about a problem, a situation, a challenge, a different way. That's what innovation is. Don't be confused and think it only matters when we're talking about technology, what David does in the lab. Okay? It's not. The minute that you think about a problem in your home, how am I going to overcome this challenge? You are innovating. That is innovation. And so this is what we do here. And when you talk about it at LifeWave, we actually have a scorecard, and we just completed our annual reviews this week. Every division, every department, every human being has a line item on their scorecard that says innovation. Have you innovated this year? Have you thought outside the box of your position? Are you improving? Is continuous improvement in your mind? We are a performance-driven group. This is in our culture. A performance-driven group. And if there is not work being done that is going to move the needle, is going to either increase our business, decrease waste, or minimize risk, it's not on our scorecards. We don't care. We need to focus on these things. we need to focus on this kind of innovation. So this is what technology innovation looks like. This is coming to Asia next year.
Asia, not Malaysia.
And that unfortunate video that had me in it so many times at the beginning of the event, I think you could see if you watch that for a moment what this happens when you start drinking this water and using these patches. Okay? This is what is happening. Okay, you don't need to have before and after pictures all over the place. All you have to do is look at the light that people that are living in the light of LifeWave, what is happening to us? Right in front of your very eyes. Right in front of your very eyes. And it's like, wow, okay. That's a powerful thing what David's working on. So have a look here. We are category creating. This is not something anybody else has. Oh, I know about this water. I know about this water company. I know about, you know nothing about anything, these companies that think that they understand the technology of this light-infused water. It's not a filter, okay? It's not anything like it because David isn't like any other inventor. And his inventions and his 200 patents and his millions of dollars that are getting poured in all the time into research. This is your future at LifeWave. This is what the future looks like at LifeWave. Do you want to be a part of it?
Yes!
I hope you really, really mean that because I want you to invest. You. I want you to invest you. We have the studies, we have a roadmap that goes on for decades. He's working with his children. They will be doing this business many, many years from now. And of course, he's got us living hundreds of years. So we know that that's all coming up. So as I start to wrap up here, I just want to remind you about the mindset at work because it is your brains, my friends. It is your brains that we need right now to invest yourself and your thought processes and your innovation in your business. Yes, we're working on the technology. That's David's deal. Operations, Coleman Dillon, our COO, that's his deal. Global sales, that's all of our deal, okay? So we are working through this, but the marketing and the customer experience we have with us, I'm gonna have Kimberly stand up. Kimberly, why don't you stand up and wave? Our newest vice president at Global, with decades of experience in creating superior customer experience, user experience, has joined us in the last month because we're attracting that kind of talent, these minds that are coming to us to change your lives and build that runway so that you can fly. It's all happening. And so again, final thoughts. You think about the great franchises of the world. What does Howard Schultz and Starbucks have besides over 30,000 stores worldwide in 80 markets around the world? A giant in coffee, and the coffee's not even very good? It's not, and I love Starbucks, but it's not very good, all right? So the reality is, what did they have? Innovation. From the moment that they plant and work with their farmers and change the communities where they grow, and label different products with different flavors so that you can pick one that appeals to you, all the way to when they go into the stores and you have a franchise experience where it is over and over, how do we innovate, where every employee is asked to invest themselves in their processes, and everything is done like a finely oiled machine. We have this machine at LifeWave as well, so that we can create success over and over again in our studies, in our research, in our manufacturing, in the application of our patches, what it does. I'm glad that there are other people out there that think that they can make a patch. All right, that's great. These other companies that pop up, oh, we've got patch, we got me too, we got a patch. And it doesn't do anything. Okay, their patches don't do anything. They don't have the science, they don't have the clinical studies, they don't have the results, they just braggadocious a lot and make ridiculously uncompliant claims. And that's okay. It's fine that they're copying us. They're not LifeWave. And they're not going to be here 20 years from now because they have not done things the right way. They have not built business the right way. And I think about Coleman Dillon, our Chief Operating Officer, and in my interview with him, he said something that I heard again very recently. I asked him what success at LifeWave looked like. And he thought about it for a minute. He said, that's a very interesting question. This is in my interview. He said, that's a very interesting question. He said, success is important. What's more important is how you're successful. How you're successful. This is what's the most important. So connecting with all of you, this is my most important. I am here to do tonight to build your confidence. This is why I'm standing here right now. This is why I flew here. In fact, this is fun being here. All right. I'll give you some of that out. I admit it. I love being with you. That's true. This is true. But the reality is I'm here because you are our key stakeholders. You are our investment. You are our investors. You are the ones and the reasons that we are here and that David can change the world because of each and every one of you. I need you to be confident. I need you to be confident in the future at LifeWave. I need you to be confident in the hearts and minds of your leadership to know that we are going to be here for you for decades to come. And if you will invest and trust and partner with us, together we will build that legacy company that we talk about all the time. We will build this legacy together. Because when you take purpose, what we're here to do, when you take our purpose and you combine it with that performance-driven culture where we are obsessed. I am obsessed. And you don't ever have to be apologetic about being obsessed about something that you believe in. You don't apologize for it. I really hope you understand that, because the 3 brand pillars that we talk about, our purpose is to empower people to do what? To live long, to live well, and to live young. To empower them. Our mission is to innovate life technology to do what? Reimagine human possibility. This, and then the anthem that we have is be the light. Be the light. Be the light. See now. All right. So as we connect tonight and we connect to each other, remember this. Visionary leadership connects us all to the future. We need you to be visionary in your lives. We need each and every one of you. And persistent innovation of you to overcome challenges, to grow your business, will build belief in your people, in each other, and in yourself. And the purpose and high performance culture will produce long-term results for you, for your families, for society. And as I want to give you this gift. I'm going to give you this gift as I leave the stage tonight. David Schmidt is the ultimate founder. He is exactly where you want to plant your flag. And we had an opportunity. I know it's an hour podcast. It is an hour. But we just broke 500,000 people. 500,000 people have watched this podcast. Everybody is looking at LifeWave. And within the last 2 days, we now have had subtitled in Japanese and in Chinese. So I want you to take a picture of this, and I want you to download, I want you to watch this video, but share it with your teams, because the inspiration that is David Schmidt, this is a story that needs to be told. It's David's story, it's your story. My dear, dear friends at LifeWave, let's build this together. Let's change the world. Thank you.